Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told how to voice radio, so today, it's the weekend, it's Saturday, and ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the news. Now, we went through a little period where we had a large amount of news. So we were doing news videos every couple of days, it felt like. More recently, several new cards. I've done videos on all the new cards, but little bits of news, not so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to fill in the gaps. So on March the 23rd, which happens to be my mum's birthday, incidentally, and the day when the second lot of Pokémon Tournament DLC is coming out on the Switch, giving us a bit of the old Blastoise. If you're not interested in my mum's birthday or Pokémon Tournament, that's alright, because there is going to be a collector's chest coming out. There is going to be 5 packs, and you're going to be getting 3 foil promos, a Dusk Form Lycanroc, a Dawn Wings Necrozma, and a Dusk Mane Necrozma, along with a notepad, some pencils, and some stickers. Now, the image is very small, but the good news is we've looked at these cards, so we know what they do. Now, the new Lycanroc we didn't look at in a huge amount of detail. It's not terribly exciting. Double colourless energy, 30 damage. Fighting, colourless, 90 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, it does 120. What I said about this Lycanroc was, there are better Lycanroc to use. But then we've got the Dusk Mane and the Dawn Wings Necrozma, both of which are going to be in Sun and Moon 5 Plus in Japan and are moderately interesting. The Dusk Mane Necrozma, 1 metal energy, do 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon EX or GX. It's alright. And then for a metal colourless, 100 damage, but if your opponent has 1 prize card remaining exactly, you do 200 damage. And it is a basic Pokemon, and you've got cards like Magnezone that can be used here to do a little bit of all that energy acceleration, just allows you to accelerate as many metal energy as you like during your turn. I mean, it's not a phenomenal card, but it's a potential one-off in some of these metal decks. Similarly, the Dawn Wings Necrozma, 1 psychic energy, 20 damage. But if you've got all of your prize cards remaining, this attack does 20 more for each damage counter on this Pokemon. I really like this in the early game. It's a basic Pokemon. It's for a single energy, so you don't need to worry too much about the setup here. And it basically says that in the early game, either your opponent gets a one-hit KO on you, or you have the opportunity to do a lot of damage. So if your opponent, for instance, uses a Golisopod to do first impression for 120, you hit them back for 140 for a single energy on a single prize Pokemon. These are not stunning cards, but they're kind of cool promos. They're better than some of the promos we've had. And I've said before with these collector's chests, and I'll say it again, if there are kids that you know that want some Pokemon-related products, these are awesome. Because you get stickers and a pencil and some shiny cards and a big metal tin that they can use as a lunchbox at school, and you get some packs of cards as well. So if you're looking for a Pokemon present for some children, this might be good. Now, the other new product which is coming, which is exceptionally exciting, in April, we are getting a Legends of Johto GX collection with Raikou GX, Entei GX, a Jumbo Legendary Trio card, which I can only assume is a card that's got all 3 of the legendary beasts on. People call them legendary dogs. They're called the legendary beasts officially. And it's not going to be playable. It's going to be Jumbo. But we had this with the legendary birds a while ago, so why not a cool new one with the legendary dogs? Plus 5 packs and obviously a code card. Now, we know Entei GX. Entei GX is alright. Might actually be better in the not too distant future. I've made a video about that. That's going to be coming up at some point over the next week or 2, potentially while I'm in Dallas. But Raikou GX, we don't know. We've not seen Raikou GX. We've got the fairly cool Raikou from Shining Legends, which does a bit of damage and accelerates energy like so many other Pokemon. We've got the Raikou from Breakthrough, which has a really nice ability, which combined with Fighting Fury Bout gives an awful lot of bulk. And then it's got the same attack as old Caldeo did. And it's not legal anymore, but we did have a Raikou EX, which saw quite a lot of play in electric decks because you could do 100 damage to the bench, and then obviously you could get your energy back using electric. So Raikou, my point is, has a history of some pretty good cards. And in fact, it's fun that this set involves both Entei and Raikou, because back when we had the Legend cards, Entei Raikou Legend, as far as I'm concerned, was the best of all of them. So, we don't know what Raikou does, but I think there is at least reason to be hopeful. It's going to be a really good GX, and we should be excited. Good news for us, of course, we will know what it does eventually. It's kind of like when Lucario GX was revealed. We knew that there was a Lucario GX, but we all had to sit around waiting for a while to figure out what it actually did. And then we found out what it did, and it's amazing. Link in the description for that video. And the promo cards I just mentioned, I'll pop links to the videos about those Pokemon in the description as well. And I am genuinely a bit sorry I can't tell you what Raikou GX does, but remember, if I had a translation of Raikou GX, it would be getting its own video, and as soon as I do, it will, but unfortunately I don't at the moment, so there's nothing I can do about it. Also, quick shout out to Autobot Tester on Twitter, who is the person that made the rather fetching image on the screen at the moment. Now, it's not particularly big news now, but it could end up being quite big news in the future, because when Palkia GX, the water version, was revealed in Japan, they tweeted out this image, which of course has an Aqua patch, and if you look at the image nice and carefully, you can see that the Aqua patch has the Sun and Moon 5 Plus set symbol, which means it is an Aqua patch reprint. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very, very exciting. You see, what is almost certainly going to happen is when we hit September, we're going to see a rotation. And I've said many times, I expect the rotation to be Sun and Moon on. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. Which means that we're still going to have Aqua Patch because it came out in Guardians Rising. But then the next rotation, Pokemon wants to rotate 4 sets every year. Now, we don't know that that's going to happen. But if we get this Aqua Patch reprint, it will be most likely in our Sun and Moon 6 set. So whether we end up rotating 4 sets in 2019 or 5 sets, this reprint, assuming we get it in the UK, which we should, and US, Europe, etc., that means that it will keep Aqua Patch in the format for an extra year. And that's fairly huge news. Like I said, at the moment, it's kind of, oh, we're looking, 20 months into the future. But when that comes around, this is going to be big, because I'm going to be making videos about the rotation. Yes, in 2 years' time, I expect to still be making regular videos. Why would I not? I love doing this. And the thing is that I'm going to be saying, well, the good news is because we got the Aqua Patch reprint, that means that we keep it in the format. And any decent water deck, think Alolan Ninetales GX, think especially the upcoming Empoleon, which I still believe, after quite a lot of reflection, is the best card in Ultra Prism, the new set coming out soon. It's great. We love Aqua Patch, and it's going to keep being amazing for every single Pokemon we ever get that's a water Pokemon, other than weird ones like Greninja that obviously have single energy attachments. Not huge news now, but important for the future. And the last news for this week isn't terribly exciting, so we'll chuck it on the end. The Xurkitree from Sun and Moon 5 Plus is getting a second artwork. Now, we should be expecting this, because when I told you about Xurkitree before, I believe I told you anyway, it was a booster box promo. In Japan, if you buy a booster box, you get a promo. And you can tell because it's, of course, got the writing on the card like booster box promos tend to. Well, this is the artwork for the one that's actually in the set proper. The booster box promos are always alternate art reprints of Pokemon that are in the set proper. I think the new artwork is amazing. As for the card, it's alright. It's not particularly amazing, but it's kinda funky. 1 lightning energy, 20 damage plus confusion, not terrible on a basic. 100 damage if you have 3 prizes left, paralysis. It's alright, it's a decent tech. I just don't know if you're going to find room for it because it really is only going to be useful occasionally. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we've got for today in terms of the news. I hope you enjoyed it, but as always, give me your thoughts down in the comment section. Give me your predictions for what Raikou GX might do. Tell me how excited you are to find out about it. Tell me if you're planning on getting this collector's chest. Tell me how excited you are for the Aqua patch reprint. And of course, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wussy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and so on, you can do so by going to patreon.com/PTCGRadio. And please check out Wussy Plays, my video game channel. I'm trying to grow it. You can help me. I would be delighted. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.